refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
The music's still playing on my end. All right, cool. Welcome back to another episode of BWT. I'm your host, Teddy, and today we've got a great show. I've got two guests coming on the show for the first time. We got my boy Joe, co-host from Refuse to Lose, co-host from Unfazed, and also the host of the Joe Jordan Show. How you doing, Joe?
Blessed and highly favored. Happy to be here. Let's get it.
And then we've got my boy Lou, first time on BWT. He's been on Refuse to Lose a couple of times talking about baseball. We haven't had the opportunity to get on the show at the same time, but here we are. How we doing, Lou?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. So today we are going to recap the World Series. And before we do that, I want you guys to join in with me. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The Blue Jays lose. It sucks, but some trolling had to be done. What a series. Hopefully. What a series. Complete instant classic. Saying on backstage, this was one of the best World Series that I've seen in quite some time. I want to know how Joe felt as a newer fan of the game watching this series.
Oh, I think you're muted.
Okay. Yeah. All right. First, I want to thank you, Teddy, for getting me into the sport. You know what I mean? You've been talking to me about it for a while now. And then, meeting Lou also, me and Lou worked together. Him being a Dodgers fan, it was just more motivation to watch. You know what I mean? And then every time I saw him, it was like we would talk about the game or somewhat. But it was very entertaining, man. Just to tell you how locked in I was this series. I went to a party yesterday with my wife. Me and my wife went to a party. And at the party, where everybody dancing, having fun, I'm over here on the table watching the game, right, of the World Series. And I just felt like it lived up to all the hype. I feel like I watched the playoffs from last year. I feel like this year was much entertaining, I would say. And in my young eyes, I watching baseball, it did look like the Blue Jays played better overall. It felt like they were the better team, but the Dodgers have that championship pedigree. They have that championship mindset. And to beat a champion, you kind of got to beat them, and I felt like they left too many doors open for the Dodgers to get through, and they were getting through. Like that, this last game, the when they got those 3 runs early, I was like, how this series was going, it was just hard to get runs. I'm like, it's gonna be tough. And then when he hit that homer in the 9th, I was like, oh my gosh, So, and then the plays and extras, like it was just an insane World Series, very entertaining, and I'm glad I watched the whole thing.
Lou, for you being a fan of the Dodgers, man, how does it feel to wear the crown for the 2nd year in a row?
Oh man, it's a weight just lifted off my shoulders. Like, oh my God, because it's every year. It don't matter what the Dodgers do, they're gonna be hated. And then we win in 2020. It don't count. COVID, everything. But then 2017, we get cheated out of a World Series, and no one wants to mention the fact that we got cheated out of that.
Welcome to the club.
Yep. It's like, oh, you lost. So I was like, oh, yeah, but no one wants to talk about why. Like, but I understand. So we get this mantra of choker, choker, choker. And then we win last year. And all of a sudden, we're ruining baseball. And honestly, they're going to say there's going to be a lockout. We're ruining baseball. We need a salary cap. I don't care about any of it as long as we won. And I know any fan would feel the same way. It's like, hey, as long as we're winning, I don't care what y'all are saying over there. Like, I feel worse if we would have lost and we would have gotten that label as chokers. You know what I mean? As we're winning, I don't care what you call the Dodgers or what you say about the team or what you say about their business, any of that. As long as we're holding that trophy at the end of the year, that's all that matters.
Yeah. I think the people that say that Dodgers are ruining baseball don't really understand the game, because I would say probably like a good majority of the Dodgers have been acquired via trade or free agency. Like Freddie Freeman wasn't signed by the Braves, even though that whole situation with his agent popped up. Mookie, one of the worst trades in Boston sports history. Shout out to Jeter Downs for winning a Korean championship. He was a part of the Mookie Betts deal. Then you got Ohtani, right? Signed in free agency. Max Muncy signed in free agency. Kike bounced around like crazy. Like Teoscar, same thing. Like it's insane. Glasnow, Snell, like Glasnow even said, if you can't beat him, join him. Like, I get it. That's that KD mentality, and I don't like that.
To be fair, he was just trolling because he was traded. It's not like
definitely.
He was a free agent and he chose the Dodgers. It was the Rays that chose to trade him to the Dodgers.
But it's like all these teams complaining like, oh, like you can't get homegrown talent, whatever. Look at Bo and Vladdy. They were just in the World Series. Mm-hmm. Those guys have been, even Schneider. Schneider coached them when they were in the minors.
Yep.
They worked their whole way up through the system. And look, they made it to the finals. And granted, it wasn't the outcome that they wanted, but they showed that it can be done.
Yeah.
Right.
People don't want to talk about, do you not know that Will Smith, the man that hit the game-winning home run, was a homegrown player for the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Clayton Kershaw, who's retiring, is a homegrown player for the Dodgers.
Legend.
And even though he had a bad postseason, Andy Pa has had a crazy year this year, batting like 270 with 27 home runs. Mm-hmm. He was a homegrown player for the Dodgers. Yep. It's like they got a mix of literally everything. Mm-hmm. And when you think of the situations of how they got other players, it's like Ohtani was 6 years in in a dumpster fire in Anaheim. And he's like, I don't really want to leave the city, so maybe I'll stay in LA. But then again, we talk about the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, I think, offered as much. The Giants offered as much. And the Phillies offered as much. The difference between the Dodgers and those other teams is the culture that is built in LA. And one of the things Ohtani said when he first signed here that he was impressed with is that, because he never made the playoffs. The Dodgers were eliminated in, I forgot, I think it was the division series the year before Ohtani got there. And they felt like it was a failure and that they didn't achieve nothing. And Ohtani saw that and is like, you guys made the playoffs. and you still call that a failure. That's the mentality he wanted because he never made the playoffs at all. He thought being in the playoffs was just good enough because he was in the Angels. Yeah. So when he went into those meetings and he found out that the Dodgers aren't settling for being just a playoff team, he was like, yeah, I want to be part of that. And then you look at Freddie Freeman. He was heartbroken when he left Atlanta. Completely heartbroken. There's a video when he went back and he was in tears and everything. But the reason he got past that and stayed at a high level of play is because the people around him had his back. And it's like they understood. They didn't like say, oh, no, go to Atlanta. No, if you want him so much, go over there. They stuck with him. They built like a great friendship, a great brotherhood with him. And that's what kept him like playing at a high level. Because I believe he was like in a little bit of a slump at the beginning when he first joined the Dodgers, and then he slowly got better and better. And then finally Mookie, that was just a mistake. That was a salary dump. I can't even explain that one, to be honest.
There's no other explanation.
There's no explanation I can say about that.
For the Red Sox just being stupid. That's what it is.
And it's not like the Red Sox are the Pirates. Like, they have money. So it's like a salary dump for a player you can afford. It's like you just don't like them at that point.
Crazy. And it wasn't even over like a lot of money either. That's the worst part. So he knew something that we didn't, and clearly the decision paid off for him. Last night, Game 7, was it bottom of the 9th, bases loaded, 1 out. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. If you're in the baseball chat, you've heard me say this name of a guy that should be benched. He shouldn't be playing. Once Bo was healthy, I'm like, yo, IKF, you got to go to the bench, bro, whatever. And then it played out. He's on third base. How are you feeling, Lou, in that situation? World Series on the line.
Well, I was more nervous that it was Kiner-Falefa because earlier in the game, there was a hit. I forgot who it was, but it was Bo Bichette was rounding. I think it was Barger. Bo Bichette was rounding third, and he couldn't make it home because he was
of his
still
injury.
like, hurt. Yeah. And honestly, he didn't show no signs of like being hurt. Like, he was amazing. He was amazing, and I was like, oh, he really is hurt, because he could have scored from home easily off that base hit, but he couldn't because he was limping. Yeah. So I understood why Kiner was in. So I was like, any play that goes home needs to be perfect. But I don't think Kiner-Falefa is that fast. Like, he's not explosive. So I knew we could make the play. But when Miguel Rojas bobbled it, that's when I was like, it's over. Like, part of me was like, no way this is how it ends. You know what I mean? I felt we could get out of that because we've been getting out of, like, situations like that from Toronto recently. Like, most things that kill us with Toronto when people are on base is the home runs. Other than that, there's probably a couple instances they got a base hit with a runner in scoring position, but they were just as bad as we were. Now, I think it's Game 6. They were like 0-16 or something like that. It's like they've been really good at, like, getting game-timely home runs, but not game-timely base hits. They're good at getting leadoff hits and, like, extra base hits, but not, like, capitalizing with the soft contact. And I feel like they were better at that in games 1 to 3. But, like, as the series went on, they just, like, got more power hungry or something. I don't know what it was, but it just shifted where when they dominated, it was because they hit a home run.
I thought, well, if you don't mind, I wanted to bring up when Bo Bichette hit the home run, right? I thought y'all manager made a big mistake right there by walking Vladdy. Because I saw a stat that Bo Bichette he had the highest bat percentage when runners was on base. I saw that. I was like, what? So then when y'all walked Vladdy, it was like, hold up. This guy got the higher. Now I get it. Vladdy is a home run. He's their best player, right? But then he hits the home run, and now that's 3 runs right there. You know, so, but y'all bounced back from that. But I really thought when he hit that home run, I was like, yeah, I think y'all management made a big mistake right there. But y'all found a way to bounce back.
It's 2 things. It's like you look at Bo, and he's a great hitter. Like I said, he played incredible, but he's also on a bad leg. So it's like easier to double him up, and especially with Vladdy on first. It's an easy double play in that situation. And at the same time, it's you do or you don't. Either way, you're kind of in a lose-lose situation because Vladdy's just as good, and he's been good, and he's been like he's so good. This is a compliment. He's the only one that's hit Yamamoto really in the series. So as good as Bo is, as good as Vladdy is, it's like you got to pick one, and whichever one you pick, you're probably wrong.
Yeah.
So I understood from that perspective why he walks, just because of the bad leg situation. I think that's the only thing they were thinking about. It's like, hey, by any chance, if he gets a ground ball, he can't run it out. He'll be a double play. We're out of the inning. You know, it's a huge thing to ask, but I think the biggest problem was Ohtani not hitting his spots. I think that's what really messed things up. If he would have walked Vladdy and then gone to like Glass now, it would have made more sense. It's like Glass now already like had like 4 pitches yesterday, so he could go still. And I feel like he's a better in a better spot than Shohei was at that point. I think it was Glasnow's game to start, so he had more rest. And Shohei, I don't think him being on like 3 days rest was good for him. And
everybody thinks he's a freaking robot, bro. You think playing 18 innings and then having to pitch in the same within the same 24-hour span, and then you got to keep playing and doing all this traveling, that takes a toll on your body, man. After that, after game 3, he really wasn't affecting the game offensively at all. And even pitching wise, he was again, like you said, missing his spots. Like that pitch to Bo Bichette was right down the middle. It was screaming, "Hit me 420, please." And that's what he did, you know.
And it was a situation where it's like, if he didn't throw it right down the middle, it would have been wild pitch. That's how bad he was missing. It was like, when he was missing, it wasn't even close. It wasn't like he was catching. He was just like completely out of it. And part of that, I say, because I know Ohtani in his interviews with, obviously there's the Dodgers have a YouTube thing where it's called Backstage Dodgers. So you learn about the players and before they play and everything like that. Ohtani's a big like sleep guy. Like he takes naps like everywhere, literally on the plane, in the car.
He got a bed in a suitcase, right? That's what
he carries a bed with him. Like he's a big sleep guy. So that 18-inning game obviously messed with his sleep schedule. Then traveling to Toronto, that could also mess with your sleep schedule. You know, so there's a lot of things that probably like got him off rhythm. But either way, I felt like Ohtani did enough already. It's like, how much more did you want him to do? Like, obviously,
not here.
No. Listen,
not here. We get criticism from Aaron Judge. No matter what he does, he can go 4 for 4, 4 home runs. And
no, I'm not saying.
I'm not saying 5 for 5 home runs. We're not doing that. He's got to, Ohtani got to perform every single game.
No, I'm not saying it like Ohtani should have just like struck out 4 times and not done anything. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, what the heck is the rest of the team doing? It's like, that's more glaring to me than like, because Ohtani had 2 hits in that last game in game 7. It's not like he was over. It was like, what I mean by he did enough is like, can someone else score runs? Like, that's all I'm saying is like, that's all I'm asking. It's like, yeah, it'd be cool if Ohtani homered every game. That's great. I'm not saying it's not, but like, can someone else do something? It's like every time Ohtani homers, it's like a solo shot. You know what I mean? And it's like, and I say it's unfair criticism to Judge too, because it's like no one really is doing anything, and he gets magnified the most when you got guys chasing at pitches in the dirt for strikes and everything like that, and them making defensive errors and stuff. But his error is more like, oh my God, Judge dropped the ball. But it's like, did you see the other 2 players that both threw errors, like stuff like that? Like superstars obviously get the biggest microscope.
Yeah, it comes with the territory.
But the Dodgers have more than one superstar. So it's
Hall of Famers. Like, it's insane.
I'm like, where are you guys at?
I feel like Max Muncy, throughout the whole, him and Hernandez throughout the whole World Series, man, Max Muncy, he woke up game 7. You know, he woke up. But like I feel like when they got out bat, it was just like especially Hernandez. I felt like every time he was at bat, it was like nothing's gonna happen. He's gonna get struck out.
Which
but
one?
I know
Which one? Which one?
Start with a T.
Teo.
I know he had the bear, black.
Yeah,
yeah, right. But he did get a hit that got y'all a run. He hit a base hit. No, he got walked. That's what happened. But before that, I think he got struck out every time he got to the plate in the World Series, something like that. But every time he walked up to the plate, I felt like it was with 2 outs, people on base, and then he just get struck out. I'm like, dang. So,
but what I was gonna say too is like guys like Muncy and Kike, they weren't like household names that the Dodgers signed, and they both came up big in this postseason.
Yeah.
But at the same time, people say, "Oh, the Blue Jays played better," and going back to that, you notice that if you actually look at the game, all the Blue Jays did was hit better. It's like, did they really base run better? They ran into a lot of outs.
They did.
Even in that game 7, George Springer running and not even paying attention. And after Vladdy struck out, and then a couple games before that at Dodger Stadium when Bo and Varsho had that miscommunication and stuff.
I think both those situations that you're going to were umpired, like not clearing their call. You know what I'm saying?
No, because the Vladdy one was right away, and when you see the Varsho one, it was also right away. And Varsho heard it. It was Varsho that decided to keep going in full Bo, because Varsho heard it. He stopped. Like everyone saw, he stopped. He's like, "Oh, he called the strike," and then he's like, "Let me just walk." And then Bo thought, he's like, "Oh, okay, so he's walking." So Bo walked. So it was like a lot of people said it's like more on Varsho's body language, because it's like you either heard it and you stop, or don't just keep walking, because now Bo thinks it's a walk, because Bo's farther away, so he's not going to hear the ump, but you definitely heard the ump and stuff like that. But either way, it's like mistakes you can't make regardless. It's like you got to be sure at every moment. And their base running, that wasn't even the worst part, taking out Alejandro Kirk and then having a horrible lineup. That was also bad managerial decisions. So that's another thing. I'm like, did the manager do better decisions than our manager? Because 18 inning game, you had a lineup of your B squad. And whose fault is that? We didn't ask them to do that. That was the manager's decision. And then the bullpen, even in game 7, and they were pretty good in the 18 inning games, but even the bullpen gave up runs on both sides. So it was like, the biggest thing that the Dodgers didn't do was capitalize with hitters on base, because there was a lot of runners on base throughout the series for the Dodgers, and I don't think people really realize it because it never amounted to anything.
Oh no, I realize it.
Yeah.
Like I was saying it the whole postseason, the Dodgers were not playing Dodger baseball. They were not playing Dodger baseball. You expect the Dodgers to be blowing guys out, right? Mookie Betts, this was probably his worst postseason stretch of his career. He had the walk-off in game 1 of the NLDS against the Reds, or 2 or something like that. And then after that, he didn't hit at all, right? The only series that I feel like they played Dodger baseball was the NLCS, when they swept the Brewers and everyone was like, all right, the Dodgers are going to win again. And then they came out and they just weren't playing that Dodger baseball where you expect everybody in the lineup to hit. Right. Like throughout the season, like you see games where, Ohtani can go 0 for 3, but Teoscar's 2 for 3 with 2 home runs. And then Mookie's got a double. And then Freddie Freeman's got 2 RBIs. And then Will Smith has like 3 hits. It's like, it's insane. And that's like every given day you can mix match the names. Everybody's going to produce. And it just, they were not playing that baseball, that brand of baseball that I was so accustomed to watching throughout the season. And it was for them to win the World Series. I heard it today on some podcast, I forgot, but that's some dynasty type stuff. For you to not be playing to your top potential and to be winning, like, and everybody giving you their top shot, like their guy, like every time. It's like, dude, and the Blue Jays hit. Blake Snell was lights out until he got to the World Series.
Oh my God!
The only pitcher that dominated the Blue Jays was the World Series MVP, Yamamoto. That's it. Everybody else was getting hit around because the Blue Jays are a scrappy group.
Mm-hmm.
They're scrappy. They're annoying. You got guys like Davis Schneider. Like, he doesn't even look like a baseball player. He looks like a hockey player, bro. Like, it looks like he should be on ice skates, and he's out here hitting leadoff home runs in the freaking World Series. Like, it's crazy. They're a scrappy group. And then Alejandro Kirk, you don't see him as like an athlete, but he's out there like running faster than some of the guys you expect to be running faster than him. It's crazy. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. They're a scrappy group. They take after their leader, Schneider. He's a scrappy guy. He was actually drafted by the Blue Jays. So for him to make it to the pros and then make it as a coach and then work his way up and then make it to the World Series, you got to tip your cap to him. And you also got to tip your cap to Ernie Clement, man. That kid can hit. Man. That kid can hit, man. Bro.
It's like it gets to a point where you're just like, enough, man. Can you just like go into a slump already? Like, what is this? Like
30 hits this postseason.
Watch next year. He's gonna be batting 220. Like
100%.
We're gonna be like, yo, what the heck? Like, if he won that World Series and then went into a slump next year, I would have been so pissed. I would have been like, where the heck did you go? But I fully expect him to like come down to earth next year, and everybody's gonna be like, where's Ernie Clement? What the heck?
Oh yeah, yep.
But one of the best things I found about like the series was just the determination of both teams, because it seemed like no matter who had the lead first, it was gonna flip at some point. Like, it just felt that way throughout the entire series, unless like Toronto completely blew it out of the water or Yamamoto was pitching. Then you're like, okay, the lead's probably safe.
He's a robot. He's a robot.
Yeah. Yo, yeah. For him to do what he did, that was some freakish ability.
Man, Teddy, when I saw Blake Snell come on the mound on the ninth inning, I was like, the Dodgers cooked.
Yeah.
They cooked. And then he had runners on base and they put Yamamoto in. I was like, all right, cool. And then he did his thing.
Yamamoto is a freak, man. He won 3 games in this postseason, this World Series, 3 games. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. The fact that he pitched game 2, complete game, and he told Dave Roberts, yo, I'm ready to go in game 3. Like, what?
Yeah, man. And then
volunteered. He went up to him. He's like, hey, by the way, if you need me, I'll be right over here.
I know I got these young eyes. You know how they got the box, whatever, for the pitchers, right? To see if a ball is strike. I feel like Yamamoto, he puts it like on the money. He throws it in the corner of that box every time. It's like his strikes are never down the middle. Like, this never down the middle. It's always on the corners of that box. So like I feel like the pitching out of everybody. I feel like the rookie was good too for the Blue Jays.
You're Savage.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
his story's crazy too. He started off in Single A this year.
Yeah, I heard that this year he got more starts in the playoffs than he did in the daggone regular season. That's crazy.
I said the way he throws, you're Savage. The way he throws is a weapon in itself. The way he just comes up and has that like 7 foot over the top, especially when you throw a splitter, which splitter is known to just drop. It's like, how can you tell if it's a fastball or a splitter? Like, that is tough for a hitter to try to figure out. So I'm like, when he came in, I was like, oh, we're cooked. I was like, if he has the energy, we're cooked. When he took him out, I was like, all right, we're still alive. But I know like a couple of my family members and like my brother especially was like, oh, we're probably cooked now. If he goes the whole distance, we're probably done. Thankfully, they took him out. And honestly, when Jeff Hoffman came in, I was like, oh, this is our biggest opportunity. And I know he's been dominating in the postseason. But sometimes
he was iffy in the regular season.
Old habits. Yeah. Because the reason I said that is because you were talking about Snell earlier. Snell was dominant in the postseason. But one of the biggest things with Snell, and it was since he was a Giant last year, that was his biggest like pet peeve, was walks. And then eventually Snell started walking people, and that ended up costing him the game, and like runs started coming in. It's like eventually it's gonna run out. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you are who you are. And
Yeah,
Jeff
you are,
Hoffman, one of the biggest things he did was give up home runs in the regular season. One of the biggest things he did. And I'm like, eventually it's going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we were all expecting like Shohei or something. Not
yeah,
me.
I was about to say, like, so my next question was actually going to be to both of you guys. If I tell you the Dodgers are down 1 in the 9th inning, 3-2 count, and they hit a home run, who do you think hit that home run?
Ohtani, Freeman.
Ohtani or Freeman, yeah. No,
Yeah.
Ohtani or Smith. My bad.
Will Smith.
The fact that it was Miguel Rojas, who hasn't gotten a hit in a month, is absolutely insane.
Didn't he get like benched or something too?
No, he didn't get benched.
He got put back or something?
Yeah, he just wasn't good enough. He just wasn't good enough.
Yeah, it was really more he's old. He's like 36 now, so it's like he's more of a captain for the
team.
I heard a story about his wife. Like,
telling him he was going to hit a home run and he wasn't even playing.
Yeah. Man. Hey, we all need like that, right? Shout out to my wife too. She's just like that.
Yeah, yeah, man. That was like that was insane. Like that's absolutely insane.
I saw someone say that's like having Miles Straw come up and hit a home run off the Dodgers.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
So brutal.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
I was in shock. I wish you guys saw me when I watched that live. I was like just frozen. I was like, no way that was Miggy, right? No way that was Miggy.
He's a legend. So.
I'm over here like
he will go down in Dodger history. He will go down in Dodger history. They won't care about the last month of baseball. They just care about that one swing. That's all they're gonna care about.
And then the broadcast, it was Joe Davis. He does Dodger games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think he's like one of the best announcers in the world, not just because he does Dodger games, but the emotion and everything. When he said, no way, even you could tell he didn't even believe it was him because he's been the Dodgers broadcaster all year and he's seen how bad he sucks all year. So he was like, And by the way, he had, I think, 7 home runs. I don't know off the top of my head. Not one against a righty.
Yeah, because he was a platoon guy. He didn't really start against righties all year.
Yep. So
and the reason I think he started game 5 or 6, and they asked Dave Roberts. He was like, "Oh, I just went with my gut. I'm gonna put the vet in."
Yeah.
Like, see, nerds need to take notes, bro. Stay away from the game. You're not good. The nerds would have told Dave Roberts to put freaking Tommy Edman to play second base, and Tommy Edman probably would have rolled over to second base on that or something like that.
That's why I said analytics are overrated because, like you said, the whole gut thing. If it wasn't for his gut, he wouldn't let Yamamoto pitch that complete game.
Oh no,
he wouldn't have brought Yamamoto in the game yesterday.
Yep.
Because of analytics.
Do or die, man. I thought I was smart into that.
And that's why I always say nerds need to stay away from this beautiful game, man. They're ruining it.
Analytics.
You don't get special moments like Miguel Rojas hitting a home run in Game 7 of the World Series if nerds are controlling the lineup. You don't get that.
Yeah.
And this is gonna be a moment for everybody to tell their grandkids, like, where were you Game 7 when Miguel Rojas hit a home run to tie it up? Like. It's crazy.
Let me tell you the legend of Miggy Rowe. Like,
bro, that's what we're gonna tell our grandkids one day. Like, oh, how was the 2025 season? You know those videos where like they start tearing up, they start showing montages. It could be Miggy Rojas, like, and then Andy Pages making doing the one good thing he did all playoffs is make that crazy catch. Moss and Kike Hernandez.
but again, that's another great decision by Dave. It was like, there was 2 reasons for that. And one of them was obviously because he made that catch. He's fast and all that. But the second reason was he has a cannon for an arm.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, that is – when he took out Tommy, I was like, oh, that's genius. Because you got the guy with the strongest arm coming out. If they get a base hit and there's a play at the plate, who else would you want out there?
And that's why Tommy was laboring that injury too.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was saying. It was like, it wasn't more like Blue Jays outplayed the Dodgers. It was like they were just hitting better. They were just like a better team.
I think it looked like that because the expectations, like
Yeah.
the Blue Jays kind of rose up while y'all kind of rose down, and so
Yeah.
so automatically you think the Blue Jays are playing better. But you're right. I'm looking at the numbers too. Like the Blue Jays out hit y'all, and you're right. Like y'all were better defensively. I feel like when it comes to like covering the bases and stuff like that. I feel like y'all were better defensively. Y'all had most of the wild plays in this World Series was from y'all defensively. Now I think about it, like that 18 innings game, y'all made so many incredible like plays defensively, and even Game 7. But
Tommy
that play,
Edman with 2 relays. Tommy Edman with the throw to third. Tommy Edman with the relay home. Like
but that play with Andy Pires, that play was crazy because the communication. I see 2 of them running right, and I'm like, one of them got to be saying I got it right, but then I saw both of them go for it.
You got it. Yep.
When you saw both of them go for it, you like, oh, it's not gonna end well. And then he just straight mossed, and then he looked at him and kept going. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and Kike is such a clown, bro. He trolled us. He trolled us like he got hurt too.
Yeah,
Kike
stayed down. I was around, draw chalk around him.
Kike is a clown, bro.
He got ran over. He just laid there too, like he was done. And then, like, oh, Kike, get up.
Game 7, man.
And then going back to that play with IKF on third, I don't know if you guys seen the video of like them breaking down that play, but Isaiah Falefa had like a baby lead at third base. In that situation, dude, you got to have a big lead just in case something like that happens, because you got to break that play up at home. Like that was just bad base running by IKF.
But I did find out because this was posted by baseball player Whit Merrifield.
Yeah,
he used to play for the Royals. And Vinny Pasquantino also said it's that he did everything right, apparently, because if he would have taken that extra step and they would have hit a line drive, the third baseman could have stepped on the bag and doubled them off. You only take the lead.
I think he was off.
No. I think the picture showed you take up as big as the lead as the third baseman is off the bag. And Muncy, he was kind of trolling. He was starting back, but he was creeping up. And so he made it seem like, because they were kind of expecting a bunt, like a sack bunt.
Yeah. Suicide squeeze.
So they can't play all the way back.
Yeah.
So what Merrifield said was, if he would have taken that extra step, or he would have taken that secondary lead, a quick line drive to Muncy, and Muncy could react to his right, like near foul territory, catch a liner, and then just step on the bag, and the inning would have been over that way, because there's no way Falefa is making it back. So he's saying that's from him. Like, people can take it however they want. I mean, he's a baseball player, he's a former player, but he's saying that's the reason why Falefa didn't take a bigger lead, because a line drive would have cost them right there.
Yeah. Well, I know, Joe, you got to go. You got any last words before you head out?
Man, I want to say I had so much fun. Teddy, I'm going to do this more often. You got my word. I hit up Teddy. I said, Teddy, book me for the World Series. He's like, where we going today? I'm like, oh, okay. I'll make it happen. So, Lou, appreciate you also. I'm glad to get both of y'all on at the same time. I will be backstage watching still, but y'all know my Commanders playing right now. We got a pivotal game in our season. So, and we prime time. I gotta. They looking for me in the chat. You feel me? So I gotta be there. All right, y'all. And Lou, we're gonna add you to the chat too, right after this. All right.
I appreciate it.
All right, y'all.
All right, Joe. Appreciate you coming on.
Of course.
So we didn't get a chance to preview the series, but I had, obviously, as a Dodger fan, Dodgers in 6.
Mm-hmm.
Dodgers in 7 is just as good. Yeah. But a lot of people were saying how it was like David versus Goliath, and I was like, I don't think people who say that watch baseball. What did you think of the series before?
I honestly had Blue Jays in 7. I thought the way that the Blue Jays hit throughout the season, and it continued throughout the postseason, it was going to be enough for them to beat out the lower guys, but in your rotation. I knew Yamamoto. He was pitching like a freak. He's something different. I knew that he was going to dominate because he's had postseason experience. He's had World Series experience last year. And Ohtani, I don't know, man. going into the series, I thought he was going to do pretty well pitching, but right after that game 3 where 18 innings and then you got to pitch the next day, I was concerned about his legs and how they were going to hold up on him. And like you said earlier, he's a big sleep guy, and that probably threw his whole schedule off. And then, us baseball players, we're the biggest nutcases, like the superstition stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So probably threw off his game so much. But just as a human, like to be able to do that one day and then have to do it like the next day, it's tough. And I mean, he pitched as well as he could, but I feel like if he didn't play those 18 innings before game 4, he probably would have pitched a little better, because the Blue Jays were able to attack his mistakes early on in the game, and that's a key thing when you're facing a guy like Ohtani. You got to take advantage of his mistakes because he's not going to make many of them. So when he does, you really got to take advantage of him.
Yeah, I knew Ohtani was off after that when there's been a tell for like the flamethrowers. Mizorowski had it against the Dodgers where he was dealing. He was like shutting our whole lineup down. And then it came to like the 6th, 7th inning, and I saw that 102 fastball be 96. And I was like,
yep.
He's getting tired. And sure enough, gave up hits, runners on, and they had to take him out of the game because the Dodgers were getting to him. The minute Ohtani started that game after the 18-inning game, I didn't see 100 at all. And I was like, this might not be good. And then he was throwing the breaking ball a lot more than he should have. Because I think even the broadcaster, I think John Smoltz was like, his fastball was like, they're not touching it. And it's like, but it doesn't seem like he has confidence in it because it's not hitting like 100. It's like hitting like 96, 97. And so I was like, if he's throwing like that, then something's off. Like he's not feeling it, something like that. Unfortunately, he had to go twice. Like that decision, I didn't agree with Dave Roberts.
I didn't like that either. I feel like he should have gave Glasnow the start in Game 7, and potentially use Ohtani as a relief guy if needed. But for him to have to pitch Game 4 and then Game 7,
the only defense I got for it is because I didn't even know this. I found this out like recently. It's like Ohtani is a reliever and he comes out of the game, he can't bat. But if he's a starter and he comes out of the game, he can still bat. I did not know about that.
That's that Ohtani rule.
I understand.
Rule,
yeah, I understood that, but I still would have like started Glasnow, and I wouldn't have put Ohtani like right away. I would have put
you use him as a closer.
Exactly.
You don't have a certified closer.
Exactly.
Right? Like
exactly.
You got Blake Trinan. He pitched awful the entire postseason. Like you telling me you're gonna want to trust a guy like that over Ohtani? Like, I mean, it worked out, but it definitely could have been played out a little better. So the Dodgers wouldn't have been put in that high leverage situation. But for them to be able to come out on top is credit to their game and how they prepare, and just the World Series experience. It showed that it pays off.
But unlike most people, and this might bring up old wounds for you, I was like, once we got that 3-0 deficit, I still wasn't worried because, first of all, it was the 3rd inning. They acted, and like people are talking about it like they did it in the 7th. If it was the 7th, I would have been like heart racing, all that stuff. I was like, it's the 3rd inning. Ohtani's probably out of the game. Let me see who would he go to? He went to Robleski, I think it was. Let's see what he does, and then maybe I'll panic. But at the same time, we were in a worse situation with the Yankees, 5-0. And later in the game, in the 5th inning, and it's like, I don't really care about like 2 or 3 run leads. 5 is crazy. 5 or 6 is crazy. Like, obviously, I'm a panic at that point. But 2, 3 run leads with a team that's come back. Like the Blue Jays, I think, led in comebacks, but the Dodgers were like right there. They were like top 5 in comebacks. I've literally seen this team come back multiple times in the postseason. Just last year against the Padres, it's like everyone thought we were done after Tatis hit a moonshot in San Diego. And then they go 24 scoreless innings. Like, so at that point, I wasn't worried. and the fact that they only scored 1 run the rest of the game.
Yep.
If we didn't win that game, or at least tied it,
the Blue Jays lost it.
Yeah, I would have been disgusted because I was like, what more can you want? Like, after giving up a 3-run bomb in the 3rd inning, and then the team doesn't score like another run, one other run the whole game, it's like you can't ask for a better situation when you're in a deficit. And so I wasn't worried about the 3-run lead. Once we started chipping away, it all came down to the 9th. It's like you said, who expected it to be Miggy Rowe? When it came to the 9th, I was just expecting Ohtani to do some magical stuff again.
Yep. Yeah, everyone was just trying to see if Miggy can even get it to Ohtani. You know, it's crazy. This World Series was amazing. Every game we had that Game 3 instant classic, 6 hours and like 44 minutes, ending in a Freddie Freeman walk-off.
That Game 6.
So many classic moments. Like you said, so many comebacks. No matter who was leading early in the game, like as a viewer, I didn't have a team in this series, so I was able to actually watch the entirety of the game and not root for anybody, not lean one way in certain calls and stuff like that. You know, as a fan of your team, you necessarily would if they're playing in that situation. So it was just some great baseball, you know, some great baseball. And there's really nothing bad that you can say about this series at all. I told Joe before the series even started that this is going to be one of the highest rated viewing World Series. And I haven't seen the numbers yet, but I'm pretty sure there's the numbers were up.
I believe it was like 200 million. I think it was like 200 million more than the Super Bowl. It was like more.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. The fact that people were up at 2 a.m. to watch a Game 3 on a Monday night when they had to go to work on Tuesday morning, it's like people it's crazy. That's crazy. And people say that baseball is dying, whatever. Like you don't understand the game. If you say baseball is dying, you don't understand the game, and you don't see how much goes into the game. Like we talk about that IKF situation. Like there's so many ways that you can view it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just that's why this game is so great.
On social media alone, I've seen, like on X, for example, I've seen celebrities like, I never watched baseball, but this is like the greatest thing I've ever watched. Like I've seen so many celebrities like, I just turned on the game and this is baseball game is crazy. Like what is going on? Like I'm like, more people starting to watch, more people getting interested, more people wondering, what is everyone talking about? Let me watch too. You know what I mean? It's infectious. It's like if you get more people talking about the game, if you get a villain like the Dodgers or a villain like the Yankees, or a villain like, and I hate them, but like a villain like the Astros, it's like people are going to be like, I want to see them lose. Like the hate watch was crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, hate watch 2025 beat like hate watch 2024, which was like the Yankees and Dodgers. We both had haters. We all had the Red Sox watching. We had the Padres watching. It's like hate watching. And it's like people don't realize when they hate watch, they're given the MLB ratings.
Yeah, right.
Because it'd be those same people. Yeah, it'd be with those same people saying, baseball's dying. Baseball's dying. And I was like, yo, we are hate watching, giving them ratings.
Makes no sense. Yeah, man. I really appreciate you coming on tonight. You got any last words before we hop off?
Oh, man. I'm thankful for the season. It was a great season. Hopefully next year everyone's healthy for the playoffs, because I hate seeing these injured players and people missing, stuff like that. But honestly, I want to see a Yankees-Dodgers World Series again before the lockout. Before the lockout and everything.
Yeah, man. Yankees got to make some moves this offseason. I'll definitely be tapping in and talking about that. And
y'all got a good one with that Cam Schlittler.
Yeah. Cam Schlittler, yeah.
He's a good one.
Cole. Baby Cole, that's what we call him.
Oh, and Cole was injured too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the craziest part.
Oh my god,
craziest part. We didn't have Clark Schmidt. He got hurt. We didn't have Loizaga. Garrett Cole was out all year. It happens.
Need to tell Cashman to spend money again.
Oh yeah. Oh no. I mean, if this is the last one before the lockout, go spend everything. Go negative. Go negative, bro. Yes. Go break the bank, bro. Bring me Kyle Tucker. Bring me JT Realmuto. Bring me everybody. Bring me the Japanese third baseman, whichever one you want, the righty or the lefty. You know what? Get them both. Make them switch position. You know, like
that's exactly what I'm saying. If we're gonna get a lockout anyways, we might as well get the two most hated teams to face off one more time.
Exactly, bro. Exactly, right? Like,
let's do it again.
Just go out and spend the money. All the owners, go out and spend your money. Stop being cheap. Stop being cheap. Like, even these low market teams, they can go out and spend money. Like the Marlins are a perfect example, bro. They traded away their entire franchise, and now they're all like playing great. They all turned out to be MVPs and all-stars and all that.
It's funny is people's like these small market teams can't afford it, but the Tampa Bay and the Marlins are a great example just because of this. Who gave Giancarlo his contract?
Yep.
It was the Marlins, right? So they can spend. And he who should not be named for the Rays, he who shall not be named, was given a big contract by the Rays too.
Yeah.
So it's like they can do it. They just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's been great. I'm glad to be on talking with another baseball fan.
Yep.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long off season, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'll be doing some like previews of the awards and stuff like that. I'll definitely hit you up for that. And I'll be doing. I usually go through every team in the off season and break down their team needs or whatever and stuff like that. And if there's a fan, I'll definitely reach out. So when I get to the Dodgers, I'll definitely reach out to you again, man. It was definitely a pleasure having you on, brother. Appreciate you for coming on. And I know Joe said he's going to add you to the chat, so be ready for nonstop debating. Nonstop debating, man. It's the off season. Happy off season to all. Have your owner spend money because we don't know when it's going to be able to happen again.
I mean, if they don't in this off season, after everything that's happened, they're just not going to.
Exactly. But all right. Appreciate everybody that tuned in tonight. Make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on the next video. Until next time, peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.